If you live in Australia, you know September is meant to be spring, meant to be warming up. But for some reason, the past week has come back to winter lah.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. I think it was a temperature drop or something, and then sampai snowing in some parts of South
Yeah.
Australia. Macam Mount Lofty kan.
Which is tak pernah susah nak snow.
Susah nak snow kan,
Susah
Mount
snow.
Lofty. I remember last year when we were shooting actually in August ke apa in Mount Lofty, there was some ice but it wasn't snow,
yang
and
kita
we're
buat
wondering
short
what's
film
going
tu.
short film.
Okay,
and
nak kena promote short film kita.
itu lah dah setahun dah ada short film ni, dah film dah produce, dah ada premiere sekali. We had one premiere Malam
actually,
Merdeka.
Yeah, local and also
Oh
national.
yeah, kat Brisbane kan.
Dua kali ni.
So we had two premiere, we haven't had the online premiere yet lah. Not sure when that's going to happen.
Sebenarnya tengah tunggu je.
Tengah tunggu podcast ni launch dulu kot nak promote.
Mungkin actually yelah, short film tu untuk program Merdeka yang kita buat kat sini kan. Kita buat join dengan Education Malaysia kat sini, EM kat sini. So kita orang bersama dengan student organisation kat sini lah, kita buat event. It was good man. I think that's one of the best event lah.
Yeah, definitely that was a really good way because dapat collab, dapat dengan semua budak Malaysia,
and pegawai Education Malaysia pun datang.
Yep.
And nanti dia nampak tunjuk short film lah.
Yes. Short film kita pun apa.
Pasal apa Kifli? Short film tu cerita sikit bagi orang macam
dah lupa je. Actually short film tu 4 hari kita shoot. I remember initially we said okay, first day we're gonna wrap it up. Tapi hujan hari tu. So macam kena tukar venue yang kita buat inside ni. Sebab we had to shoot outdoor inside the forest. Hui, kenapa kat forest Faiz?
Yelah, this sebenarnya forest dekat Aussie ni berbeza sikit dengan Malaysia. Of course, climate dan sebagainya kan. So
bukan macam rainforest.
Bukan macam rainforest. And I just want to capture that, kita try to get that scary punya vibe dalam that short film. And then that short film pasal kemerdekaan, pasal apa erti kemerdekaan yang sebenar.
Yes.
And as a Muslim, nama tajuk dia The Struggle lah. And as a Muslim, kita struggle to become a better Muslim. Mungkin ada kaitan dengan kita punya podcast hari ni kan? Sebab bila kita struggle, sebenarnya rakan sebaya kita lah yang banyak membantu untuk kita go through all that process lah.
Tu pun ada dalam film tu, ada some of the aspects of it. It was a good memory. It was an short action film with a message lah. So macam first time I rasa Faiz shoot action film, and first time kita orang lakon action. So macam hasil dia lawa, tapi macam boleh nampak first time. Tapi I like it lah. It was a good experience.
I think it was nice.
4 days of shooting, and I'm not sure how many hours of editing.
I think I was 40 hours.
40 hours of editing.
Not color grading sekali lah. Actually macam saya macam yelah, I sendiri pun I dalam media and education, dalam media and media producer dekat Human Appeal charity lah. But memang
there's not any place you can try out new ideas lah.
I know that's
a passion project jugalah, sambil. And I remember lah a lot of memories. Even the last day kita lock inside the woods. Sebab tu that was a wildlife. National park lah boleh kata. So macam dia ada opening hours sebenarnya. Dia ada gate yang you can drive in with your car, but they close after 5 PM or 7 PM.
I think after 5.
And kita orang macam Faiz, we have to go. It's like no, I want to finish this off. So
director kan.
So lepas tu datang balik kunci. Tapi we made it out somehow.
Alhamdulillah, was really nice lah. Actually very nice dengan Amir kan. Shout out to Amir kalau tengok. Amir, Adib, Syed Muhammad and my brother lah, Irfan.
Nice crew lah.
Nice lah. Actually I actually nak tahu juga macam mana buat film action ni, and it's very tough.
Of course.
Memang a lot of work lah. Itu pun for this tu pun I rasa boleh lebih lagi lah. Itu pun nak kena ada rehearsal dan sebagainya. And I was baru I dapat rasa as a director ni very stressful sebenarnya. You nak make sure everything is well. Lepas tu short list semua kat kepala kita kan. Crew dia main je. Crew dia lagi tak professional kan. Main relax. Macam kena start ni.
Banyak kali kena take, banyak kali kena pukul kan.
Tapi it was nice. InsyaAllah kita akan release lah nanti kan, bila-bila masa.
So stay tuned to that.
So betul lah, berkaitan dengan rakan sebaya ni kan, dalam macam short film tu juga. Dan juga sebenarnya how rakan sebaya kita yang mempengaruhi kehidupan kita, dan juga kehidupan kita terutamanya di negara asing lah untuk kita. Bila kita duduk luar negara, overseas ni kan, memang nak tak nak yang the closest untuk kita adalah our friends lah. Sebab our family kebanyakannya dekat Malaysia. So dia memberi impact yang besar sebenarnya bagi saya. Even somehow dalam short film tu pun saya mengatakan, kadang kawan yang tidak baik ni, dia kadang-kadang dia akan tidak support kita untuk buat benda-benda baik.
Tapi as you said lah, rakan sebaya is the number one actor, especially kalau family kat Malaysia. Tapi even if family is here, I still think your rakan sebaya, your friends and whatnot, they may have more of an influence on you than your family lah, because you're the one, you see them every day at school. They're your age, you have the same interests and whatnot. So macam it has a huge impact on you whether or not your family is here or in Malaysia lah. Tapi of course kalau macam duduk seorang kat sini lagi lah kan.
Macam mana Kifli, you lahir kat sini, you dibesar kat sini, obviously you kawan dengan kawan-kawan Aussie dan sebagainya.
Yeah.
Adakah dia memberi impact pada diri you as a Muslim?
Definitely. So I went to Islamic college throughout most of my schooling life. So most of my friends are Muslim lah. Tapi definitely I have to say lah, your friends are the ones you see every day at school, and it's natural lah that when you see them every day at school, you talk about the same things and interests and whatnot. Naturally you're gonna become attached to them lah. You naturally want to hang out with them after school as well, and on weekends. So if you have good friends, it's good for you, and if you have bad friends, can be a start for you to go down the wrong path lah, which we will talk about more definitely. So I've talked to a lot of my current people I know and whatnot, and like I talk to them, and sometimes they tell me that they may have gotten into places they don't want to be lah, whether it's doing things they're not supposed to be doing as a Muslim, like contoh macam arak whatnot, smoking,
ada
juga lah antara the youth of Muslim youth, and then tapi it's interesting when you ask them, how did it happen, how did you get up to it, because they know it's bad, they know it's wrong, haram. But it all starts to like them telling me that, well, it started, I want to hang out, because especially when you start uni, because you're from school going to uni, you need some friends. So I want to hang out, maybe if it's even with some Muslim kids who aren't too bad, or with non-Muslims. And then one week there's nothing to do on a Saturday night, so you want to go and hang out, and then they invite you to the shisha lounge. And at first maybe you're not even into shisha, or maybe culturally you think shisha's not haram or whatnot. So then you go for a few rounds to the shisha night for a couple weeks, and then naturally, where does it go from there? The next week, like, look, we've been shisha, and the shisha lounge is on Hindley Street, which we say in Adelaide, which is the street with full of all of the haram places.
Dekat Malaysia, famous lah, lorong Haji Taib. Yeah, I think so. I think you pernah dengar.
I don't know.
Haji Taib maksudnya lorong
Tapi
Haji Taib dekat KL lah.
So Hindley Street is like that lah, you would say. So the next week it becomes, okay, let's hit up the clubs, but I'm a Muslim, I'm not going to drink. So you go to the clubs, but I'm not going to drink. But come on, man, you're there for a couple of weeks. They tell me you're there for a couple of weeks doing the same thing. Obviously you're going to end up drinking, and then picks up from there. So it all starts from friends that you have, the people you surround yourself with, and what you guys get up to lah. I think those are the two biggest things that will eventually shape your life, because as we know, which is derived from a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, but I'm just going to paraphrase it. If you spend your day with your friend who's a blacksmith in a blacksmith shop, even though you're not doing the work, eventually you're going to come out smelling like him. But if you spend your day with your friend who works in a perfume shop as a perfume maker, you're not doing the perfume making, but you're going to end up smelling like him. So I think that's the biggest thing that we have to remember in picking friends lah.
Semua betul. Even yes, of course, kat sini lebih tough lah, like you said kan. Kat sini mana ada orang yang nak tegur kita, sebab you memang mix dengan orang Mak Saleh dan sebagainya. Dekat Malaysia pun ada my friend waktu I dekat diploma dulu. My friend ada yang pergi clubbing, ada yang pergi clubbing dan sebagainya. Like you dah habis sekolah kan, you away from your family, you away from me. As a remaja, like you said, you want to try this and that, and kalau kita memang daripada family yang baik, family yang menjaga, boleh membantu, I would say boleh membantu, tapi not 100%. Ada yang memang daripada family yang baik pun terjebak juga, dan ada juga unfortunately memang ada daripada family yang tidak baik melahirkanlah family macam mungkin parents terlampau busy dan sebagainya, anak-anak rebel dan sebagainya kan. Tapi I would say my story lah dekat Malaysia waktu diploma, memang ada je kawan-kawan yang pergi. And then one thing, kita orang sewa kereta sekali tu, rasanya bulan Ramadan kan, kita orang pergi nak pergi shopping mall kat Mahkota Parade ke apa, kita orang pergi lah. Kita orang sewa kancil lah. Itu nak kancil kereta kecil. Kita tak tahu lah sini kereta mahal lah.
Sini lain cerita
kan. So kancil tu macam kita orang sewa dan sebagainya, kita orang pergilah. Bukan nak pergi clubbing, I pergi dengan my friend, pergi jalan nak pergi jalan Mahkota Parade dan sebagainya. And then my friend dia drive lah. Dia drive, dia pergi kata, "Jap, aku nak singgah tentu kan." And dia pergi sini, dia pergi kanan dari sini kan. Oh, nice lah sini kan. Lepas tu macam pelik lah, apa yang kau tengok sebenarnya ni kan. Rupanya dia survey club mana yang best. Dia pergi survey, wah aku sini best kan. So Melaka memang ada tempat banyak juga lah kan. So susah lah bila anyway, cut to short, memang dia pergi kan. Katanya tak minum. I pun tak tahu kenapa. I tak tahu. Mungkin lah kalau orang yang tengok ni kan, I tak tahu siapa yang pernah pergi clubbing, apa sebenarnya yang best kat clubbing tu. I tak tahu sebab obviously joget dan sebagainya, perempuan memang ada arak, tapi you tak minum.
I mean, in a way you can sort of understand, because it's something that the nafs or like the person desires, especially when you're in that youth age and whatnot. You know, dancing, nak mencuba, nak try, and it is, you can say, naturally enjoyable lah. It takes a lot to fight against it lah. And actually, I just wanted to point out what you said about macam kalau dari family yang baik tak semestinya. Okay, sebab actually the story I was telling you, it comes from my friends who dari family baik pun, like sangat baik, tapi they you get to know lah. And why is the reason is, okay, kenapa parents menjaga? Well, eventually those guys, they grow up, they're like 20 plus, you know. And to a certain extent, bila parents ni nak gimana, just say I'm going to uni lah. Okay lah, parents pun malas nak survey kan, so you can do whatever. Tapi yelah, so dari family yang baik semua, and even if you as a kid were really good Islamically, it's not going to guarantee that you can protect yourself growing up lah.